Astarion. He tried to bite me. He will pay.
To sanguine hunger.
You see him in the dim firelight. You see him for what he really is, a vampire.
My eyes snap open. The firelight flickers, casting long shadows that dance like devils on the cave walls. And then I see him. Astarion. His face, usually so pale, is flushed with a dark hunger. His eyes, fixed on my neck, gleam with a predatory light. He is a vampire, a creature of the night. My hand tightens on the pommel of my glaive. It has been too long since I tasted blood. Days, maybe weeks, but the memory of it, the heat and the iron tang, is still fresh on my tongue. It is a hunger that never truly sleeps, only slumbers. Monster, I roar, a sound ripped from the depths of my gut. It is a sound of rage, of revulsion, of a predator suddenly turned prey. I lunge, my sack forgotten. My glaive is a blur of motion, a silver arc aimed at the creature's heart. I will not be his meal. I will not be another victim for his kind.
You stab him through the heart. He drops to the ground and says, "You," his last words.
I yank my glaive free, the blade slick with his blood. His body hits the ground with a soft thud, his eyes wide with surprise. "You," he gasps, the word a wet rattle in his throat.
It's for the better.
And then he is still. I stare down at him, my breath coming in ragged bursts. There is no triumph in me, only a cold satisfaction. He was a predator, a monster who preyed on the weak. Now he is nothing.
I did not bring this danger into our camp. Perhaps whoever did should be more careful in future.
I look at Lae'zel, my eyes narrowed. He was a vampire, I say, my voice low. A creature of the night. He would have killed us all. My gaze sweeps over the rest of the camp. We need to be careful. There may be others.
No, we won't. From now on, we'll only make new, interesting mistakes.
Speak with Dead, now. My voice is flat, brooking no argument. Astarion may be a monster, but he was also a part of this group. He may have answers, or at least a warning. We need to know what he knew.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Shadowheart, ask him where he's from.
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate? That's not far from here. He could have been tracking us for a while. Shadowheart, ask him about his profession.
Met people, talked, flirted, lured back for my master.
Lured back to his master? That doesn't sound good. We need to find out who this master is, and what they want with us.
Ancient vampire. Bastard.
Shadowheart, ask him where we can find Cazador.
In Baldur's Gate. His palace.
A palace? Cazador must be powerful. We need to be careful. This could be a trap. Shadowheart, ask him how many people he's killed.
Some, but never to feed. Only brought master living victims.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
What do you think of this Cazador and Astarion's life?
This Cazador, he's a monster. Astarion was his puppet, forced to lure innocent people to their deaths. We need to stop him, for Astarion and for all the others he's hurt.
That's unbelievably correct. I am so impressed with the AI for figuring that out just from that interaction. This is the narrator just speaking above game. That's really cool. I'm actually really smiling right now because that's amazing.
Well, that's funny after she killed him.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong about that. Definitely not wrong about that. And looting his corpse.
I'll kill you because you're a vampire and I don't like it. But now that I learned the truth that you were changed by someone else, I feel bad. I'm going to avenge you. That is a twisted way of doing it.
Not wrong, baby.
Let's proceed with caution, utilizing Lae'zel's bashing arrow to remove a key target from the fight early on, and then focus on crowd control with grasping arrow and shadow arrow to manage the remaining goblins. My spike bulbs and smoke powder bomb will also be useful for area of effect damage and creating advantageous positions.
You sniffing where you ain't ought to be, friend. Might have to take that nose.
Alright, since stealth is no longer an option, let's assess the situation. Given the strange symbols and the illithid tadpole's reaction, these goblins might be more dangerous than they appear. Engaging in combat seems inevitable, but we can still try to gain an advantage. Let's start with detect thoughts to gather information about their numbers, tactics, and any potential weaknesses. This will help us formulate a plan before we commit to a full-on attack.
Bollocks. Fezzik, funning around while I'm stuck dealing with yobs.
Well, it seems these goblins are more interested in their own bodily functions than engaging in conversation. Since we're here to gain experience and grow stronger, and deception doesn't seem like a viable option, let's initiate combat. We'll use Lae'zel's Banishing Arrow to take out their strongest member right away, then follow up with Grasping Arrow and Shadow Arrow to control the battlefield while I use my Spike Bulbs and Smoke Powder Bomb for area damage and tactical advantage. Let's do this. Gale should aim his Thunderwave to push those two goblins off the roof. That'll give us a good advantage by thinning their ranks and potentially causing them some fall damage. Alright, Shadowheart, it's your turn. They're close enough together. Use your Reaper ability and cast Toll the Dead on both the Sharp Eye and the Boggler. Let's see if they can withstand your divine power. After you cast it, use your bonus action to summon your spiritual weapon. Place it right up there next to the Goblin Boggler. It'll be ready to strike on your next turn. Lae'zel, that new companion is your priority. It's too close to ignore. Use your Shadow Arrow on it. The extra psychic damage will soften it up, and if we can blind it, it will be completely neutered for the next round. Aim true.
The narrator thinks if I pause here, you'll subscribe. I find his faith in you amusing. Go on, prove me wrong.
I'm entering my rage. With a roar, I'll charge across the roof. I'll close the distance, getting right up in the beast's face. Ignoring the flames on my ally for a moment, the immediate threat is the creature. I'll use Reckless Attack, raising my glaive high and bringing it down. Target the Goblin Sharp Eye with your Toll the Dead. Since the Booyarg is right next to it, your Reaper ability will let the spell hit both of them. With any luck, that will be enough to put one, if not both, of them down for good. For your bonus action, summon your spiritual weapon. Place it near whichever goblin is still standing to give us another attacker up here next turn. Once your spells are cast, use your movement to back away from them, creating some distance. Don't leave the roof, just get to a safer spot. Let's finish them. A simple, well-placed standard arrow from your shortbow will finish it. We do not need to waste an arcane shot on such a weak foe. 3. Bonus action. You've taken damage. Use your second wind to recover some of your vitality. We weather the storm, eliminate their numbers, and prepare for the next assault. Execute. I take a deep, ragged breath, the adrenaline of battle finally fading, leaving only the sharp sting of my wounds. I look over our battered group. At Gale, a walking miracle. At Shadowheart, her divine energy spent. At Lae'zel, finally at rest. My voice is low, rough with exhaustion. That was chaos. Sloppy. We bled for every single kill, and it nearly cost us everything.
Please.
Gale, you were dead. I was moments from joining you. We cannot afford another victory like that. I plant the butt of my weapon, a javelin for now, firmly on the ground, using it to steady myself. But you are all still standing. You followed orders, you fought with fury, and you did what had to be done. That's what matters. And that is why we are finished. Look at us. I have no rage left to call upon, and I will not walk into the next fight with an empty well of fury. I need my wizard with all his fire, my cleric with all her light, and my warrior with her sharpest eye. A short rest is a bandage on a gaping wound. It is not enough.
Never mind.
We are making camp. We will take a long rest. We will restore every spell, every prayer, every last drop of strength. I don't care if you think we have the time or not. In this land, being at half strength is a death sentence. Find a defensible spot. We rest now. That is an order.
For Astarion, but to the Underdark.